I've been running ever since. A long time coming, but I know a change is change is gonna come. Oh, yes it will. I'll go to the movie. Said I'll go downtown, but somebody keep telling me you but I know change is gonna come.
Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, my name is Lovelies. If you're an oldie but a goodie, welcome back to my channel. As the title of this video suggests, I'll be talking about what happened from demonstration for Libya up until now, and what happened when we sent the container, and what's about to happen now. I don't think it's been such a secret for most of us who are of African descent. What's been happening to some of our people who have gone through Libya, the situation there. Not a situation caused by the Libyan people themselves, but a situation that's been going on since 2011. And many of us from West Africa, from East Africa, from Sudan, amongst other places, Somalia, Gambia, Senegal, all these places, and Nigeria, everybody has in conjunction had some person that has gone through Libya and has been able to live and tell the story. And the stories have not been very good for the last few years. And more than that, it has escalated because the same people that are smuggling people on boats to get them in Libya to help them move on to Europe are also some of the same people that are now selling black bodies, black people. And these people are not just Libyan citizens or Libyan smugglers, they're also of other ethnicities, and I want people to be aware of that problematic behavior. But also it's for us in the Western world. We didn't believe it until we saw the footage, and we could see between our own two eyes some of the horrific things that are occurring in the dark out there, being done by criminals. In November, soon after the CNN episode aired, I realized that now people are not just hearing it from us or from people who have gone through the situation, but they're also seeing it with their own eyes. And that caused an uproar. People were feeling hopeless. They were feeling like, what can we do? What caused this situation and how can we stop it? So I decided maybe one of the first steps would be if somebody, not me, but somebody organized a demonstration. So I posed the question in my forum, and the questions came back to me as in, why don't you organize it? So I thought it was a fair question. I asked people if somebody wanted to take it on, and they asked me if I could take it on. So I'm never walking away from a challenge. So I said, yes, I will organize it, having never organized a demonstration before. But The saying is true that when you put your mind to something, the universe helps you by bringing you the right people and the right support, no matter how difficult it is. So I planned on around the 1920th that I would be organizing a demonstration, and I made it my duty to find out every single point that I needed to cover in order to have it be successful. I wasn't thinking that it would be more than a few hundred people in all reality. So I applied for my permission with the police station. It got denied, but I applied again and I got it approved. Then there was a sound system that I couldn't afford to pay on my own with my own financial means. But somebody, Thomas Yilling, jumped up and said, I will cover that cost for you. Generators, people sent in money so that we could rent the generator to be able to have power, electricity for the sound system. Choirs came together to come and sing at the demonstration. We had people such as Steffi Juliet, Smeron Estefanos, who is a scientist about the ways of traveling for immigrants in Africa, including via Libya. So she has years of experience. So they all came in. My position was I would speak to the general public about putting on any differences that we may perceive by the naked eye aside and look at what actually connects us together as humans. And that was very successful because on the day I was really nervous. I didn't sleep for 2 days in a row. I was really nervous, and the police came and they were like, we're positioned here in civilian clothing. We hope this is not going to be a messy demonstration. And I was like, yeah, I hope it's not messy, definitely. And 7,000 people came. 7,000 Swedish people, black, white, brown, every ethnicity was there to take a stand and spread awareness that what is going on is not acceptable anywhere. I diverted blame to the organizations that are actually responsible for this. That is NATO, that is EU, that is AU, African Union, with its complacency of the African diaspora. I also put blame on them. And I asked the question because this could be such an easy remedy of bringing people back home, creating jobs to ensure that people aren't putting their lives and their children's lives at risk to go to a situation where, again, they are oppressed. We had Libyan people talk at the demonstration who know their country very well, who know that this is not representative of all Libyan people. It's a few criminals that are doing this. But the Libyan man that spoke also brought up the issue of the fact that we have Europe creating a problem, a stop there without looking at the long-term consequences for black bodies and black people. And he spoke from his perspective, and I support him 110% in what he said. And it is that this is not symbolic of the Libyan people. This is symbolic of criminals, people who take advantage of a situation to make money, no matter who is killed, no matter who is harmed, etc. So the demonstration became a huge success, both in media, but also in the general public. People who didn't know this was going on got a chance to listen to people talk about this because it's not new. The news may have hit recently, but media has been writing about this for the longest time and people have ignored it. So now was the time to actually wake up and realize that empathy is needed and we need to solve a situation. So the same day that the demonstration ended, my mom was driving me back home because I was absolutely exhausted. And in the car, I had to brace myself to tell her the news of the fact that I had made the decision to take a container to Libya and travel myself to distribute it in the camps that are in most need of these necessities. It was baby clothes, it was clothing, it was food, it was baby food, it was diapers, it was men's clothing, it was warm clothing, it was like bedspreads, everything that you could possibly think, plus medical supply that will be given to organizations down in Libya to use in order to help people in these camps, immigrant camps. I thought my mom would freak out because she's very conscientious about my safety and how, well, kind of like how risky I will take my life. And I explained to her that this is something that means a lot to me, and that if my life is important, surely the people who I'm off to help, their lives are more important than mine in some aspect as well. She turned around and just said, I believe in what you're doing and I support you 100%. I know how you are when you put your mind on something and you want to achieve it, you will do your absolute best to achieve this. So you have my blessing. And that's all I needed to hear. The very next day, I announced to everybody that came to the demonstration, everybody that was interested, that this is the plan. I want to send a small container. The small container then became a big container, but I told people that I wanted to take a container down and I wanted to distribute it to the camps, and I wanted to help Libyan organizations that are helping people on the ground in these camps day in and day out, including the Coast Guard, so that they can continue their work because they desperately need help as well. And again, the Swedish public, white people, black people, brown people, everything in between, friends, family, everybody got involved suddenly because the light bulb hit that if the issue is there now, it could easily be here next. And if we as a humanity look beyond borders, then we can think about helping each other without really looking at the differences that are there. Because at the end of the day, we all have red blood. So helping another human being should not be something that we shy away from. So this is just an idea to give you behind the scenes what was happening in my home. People congregated, we were sorting clothes, we were sorting medication, we were sorting everything that we received from the Swedish public, all within the confines of my home. People volunteered their time. We put everything in boxes from, I don't know, food to clothing to baby food to diapers. As you can see, people were working in the night, and we had several trucks that were filled with all of these necessities heading down to Libya. We worked almost around the clock some days, basically starting work at 8 a.m. when people were dropping off necessities before going to work, all the way down to about like, I don't know, 12, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock at night. Some days we worked 20 hours, some days we worked 16 hours, but it was worth it. Here is the truck with the donations from our national drugstore, Apoteket Hjärtat, who gave us washing up liquid, body creams and bandages and things like that. It was just absolutely unexpected. In the end, to actually be able to, that's my mum dancing. Basically, this is just half of the stuff that fitted into the container. More came later on as well. So at this point, you can see that all of the volunteers are a bit tired. We've managed to fill a huge room, as you will see right behind us now. That's Wilhelm. He's recording for the project. But everybody's tired. It's like 12 at night. Everybody wants to go home. I look horrible. People are outside lifting. There's my buddy Eric. But the room has almost been filled at this point with necessities. Going outside, the empty truck in front of you, we filled about 4 of those in a matter of 2 days and brought them to location. It was in snow and in sunshine we were there. As you can see, the room that you previously saw half filled, and at this point it's not even completed yet. So we've managed to fill a whole room with everything going into the container, and we had to hire extra room outside to be able to leave some of the stuff in there until the container was ready to be packed. People were really exhausted, and a lot of work went into this, and I can't believe now, looking back on it, that we actually managed to get this done and shipped to Libya.
Okay, I don't know if you can see this, but this is everything we're gonna send to Libya. It's really amazing how we got all of these things. So yeah, we're just waiting for a truck who will take it to a container and start shipping it. I don't know, I'm super excited. Just look at it. Wow.
And I'm not going to say there has not been setbacks. There's been many setbacks. There's been the container being delayed at sea. There's been bad weather in the Bremer seas that have stopped the container. There's been embargo against Libya that stopped the container. But God is good, and the container is arriving in a few days, and we'll be able to pick it up and distribute it and record what we're doing and record and document everything to be distributed on Swedish TV as well. So it's been, the setbacks haven't really set us back. We have one final hurdle, and I think we'll be able to get through it in the next couple of days, and then it's bye-bye Sweden, hello Libya, and hello people that we can assist. So it's been an exciting journey. I mean, people have really bonded together. People who have nothing to give or nothing to contribute have contributed their time. People who have nothing to contribute when it comes to time have been able to contribute money, so that we can pay for the container, pay for the cars to drive into all pickup points and bring all of the necessities to the container drop-off points. There's been people who have had babies on their backs and helping us load the container. You will see images of that coming. It's just been a joint effort, and I have never been more proud in my whole life to call myself a Swedish citizen and a Swedish national, but also an African in this sense, because the people that I've met, they've been from all over the world. They've had, they're from all diaspora. It's been from the Middle East. It's been from, you know, India. It's been from Asia. It's been from all different places, including Sweden. And that just makes me so happy, but so humbled, the fact that people came. I called and people came. People in my vicinity who have been acquaintances became friends because they had competencies that I perhaps did not have to begin with. People, when it comes to the container, we had Heaven, who sent numerous amounts of containers to different charity organizations, including her own, came in with her competence and giving advice. We had people who were knowledgeable in driving who were helping us pick up. We had people from all over Sweden helping, and people even abroad in America and in England helping us with this. So it's been very humbling, and I have never been so happy my whole life. I know people have been asking me for this update, and I'm so sorry it's taken so long to do it. I didn't want to do it right after because I was busy melting in the information, but also taking care of things behind the scenes. There's a lot of logistics of traveling to Libya, lots of security that has to be verified and okayed before we can go. All of that has been on my plate, and I have been dealing with that. So making YouTube videos has not been the top priority, but giving you an update so you can see our journey from start to middle, because we're far from the finishing line, so that you can all be put in to understand the background to everything. And I really want to say that I appreciate every single human being that has stood with us, that has helped us, that has supported us, that is praying for us, that is rooting for us, but also even when we go in a few days, I know your prayers will continue, the positive vibes will continue on our journey to Libya, and I know everybody is excited and dreading it, to see what the reality really is, because we will come back with that information as well. And I know it's going to lay heavy on my heart, and I don't know how it's going to go or how it's going to end. I just have a hope, and that's what I live on, is that hope that one person can start a difference, but a lot more people can join in to make it a huge initiative, because this is one of the first times I'm actually seeing the Swedish public get this engaged in this question. And I'm so proud of it, so proud of everybody, and so grateful for everybody, because without all of the financial support we got, I wouldn't be able to afford by myself to send a container of this size and fill it with everything that we asked for, but also to travel and do this and help the organization. So every little has definitely helped us, and I'm so grateful, and I'm so anxious to just step foot on Libyan ground and see my beloved Africa again, and also see what we can achieve next. So whilst I'm gone, if you click the subscribe button and you click notifications, I'll be scheduling some videos to come up whilst I'm away with my team. So it'll be videos on everything, whether it's beauty or it's hair or it's whatever it is. it will be rolling on its own and being released on its own, so because I'll time it. So you will get to take part in my personality in a different way whilst I'm away, and when we come back, then there will be an update as well, because I think everybody deserves to know exactly what happened and how it happened. So that's all I want to say, and I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you got to see a lot of the journey we've gone through on surface level, but also you get to see what we as a human being, as a humanity, can achieve if we stand together and look beyond our differences, because I really think that is the key to every change in the future. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you have any questions or you just want to give us some good luck comments, do leave them in the comments below. And thank you so much, and wherever in the world you are, I hope you have an amazing day. Thank you. Bye.
I can see myself when I close my eyes. The pain that I feel lately is taking over my life. It's inside of me, in my bones and in my